Good morning to all of you. I welcome to all once again in our lecture series on quantum mechanics. We have been discussed in our last class about spreading of Gaussian wave packet. Today we are going to discuss about position and momentum uncertainty principle by considering the expectation value and eigenvalue or the deviation from its the so-called accurate value, that derivation that we are going to be discuss. Okay, we know that the so-called uncertainty principle, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that is del x into del px greater than equal to h cross by 2, or some books are written equivalent to h cross, like that. So this is the famous uncertainty principle in quantum mechanics, and del x represents the uncertainty of position, del px represents the uncertainty of momentum. But in our derivation we are going to give the language, or we are telling that this is represents the deviation from the actual value, and this del px also called as uncertainty of momentum, and or we can say it is deviation from its actual value. So we know that observables take on definite and precise values only in their eigenstate. So previously we have been discussed that if a particle is in its eigenstate or stationary states, then we can found the observables in definite manner or in precise manner or accurate manner. What is that? Suppose we are going to discuss a simple example over here, that suppose this is your hydrogen atom, where nucleus will be at the center, and these are the energy levels. This is first energy level, second energy level, third energy level. Suppose if this energy level is stationary, not changes with the time, that means first energy level contains the energy value, suppose 2 electron volt, second energy level contains energy 4 electron volt, suppose third contains 6 electron volt, right? So if an electron will be here at the first energy level, means electron contains the energy 2 electron volt. If electron moves from first to second excited state, then the energy will be 2 plus 4 will be 6 electron volt. The total energy acquired by the electron when it will be at second energy state will be 6 electron volt. And likewise, if it will jumps to the third, then it will be 6 plus 6 will be 12 electron volt. We can definitely say these things because these states are stationary with respect to time, or these states are called as eigenstates. So stationary states also called as the eigenstates, that we have been studied in our previous lectures whenever we have been discussed about the stationary states. Now suppose another additional things I have to say to you, that as these are the stationary, then its corresponding wave function will be also stationary, and these wave functions are called eigenfunctions. So what do you mean by eigenfunction or Here psi 1 means the electron is at the fast excited state. It has one type of dynamics. Suppose you imagine about its velocity, okay, or momentum. In this velocity it is moving around the nucleus, suppose in 2 dimension I am saying to you, and that dynamics is represented by psi 1. If this electron will be moved or jumped to the second excited state, then its eigenfunction will be psi 2. Likewise, if the electron jumps to the third state, its eigenfunction will be psi 3, which represents the stationary states. So its corresponding eigen value for a observable will be definite or accurate. Suppose we are going to be consider the momentum of this electron in the state 1, then we have to apply momentum operator over psi 1. We are going to get the momentum eigenvalue, suppose that is q and psi 1. So this will be nothing but called as the eigenvalue for a definite or stationary state or eigenstate. Suppose this energy state is not stationary, it is not normalized, or it is not stationary, or we can say this state changes its position with respect to time, then this method to finding the momentum for eigenstate 1 could not be useful. At that case, or for this case in which the eigenstates are, or the energy states are time dependent, means the states will be changes with time and not, we can say it is, they are not stationary, then we have to consider the corresponding expectation value. The expectation value of the P will be psi 1 P cap, psi 1 star P cap dx. Okay. So for the stationary states, yes, so here for the whenever we are going to consider the expectation value or mean value, then this value may be q, this value will be q plus or minus del q, plus or minus. That means the expectation value will be tends to equal to the eigenvalue, That means each time whenever we have to measure the momentum for the dynamics of the electron around the nucleus at nearby first state, that outcome will be q or q plus or minus del q. That means if we have to consider that this value is q, or the we can say the momentum of the electron for the fast excited state will be q, or the so called eigens for the eigenstate, the eigenvalue will be q. Then if we have to consider the any arbitrary wave function which is not stationary, then that value can be fluctuate plus q or minus q. That means the probability of q will be highest, probability of the q will be highest. However, the expectation value will be fluctuate plus q or minus q, like this. Okay. So simply we can say that this value is the accurate value, but expectation value may be equal or plus or minus to the accurate value. That means the expectation value can be spreads over somewhat the so-called eigen value. The whatever we discussed in this example, the same thing in short I have been written over here. I am going to be just read, you just watch. So here we know that observables, here observables means position, momentum, kinetic energy, potential energy like that, or total energy like that, take on definite and precise value only in their eigenstates or stationary states, definite value. But when the system is in any arbitrary state, then the observations yield values which will fluctuate about the expectation value. Got it? Whatever we have been discussed. That means there will be a small deviation during individual measurement. Let Q is an observable. So here we have considered Q is the observable. This may be belongs to momentum or kinetic energy, whatever you can consider. And psi is any admissible state. Admissible state means arbitrary state. Admissible or arbitrary state. Then del Q is called the quantum mechanical standard deviation. Okay. As we discussed in this example, that if the state, the eigenstate is arbitrary, then the value, this value will be fluctuate to the its precise value or accurate value, or we can say this value, expectation value, or each time this expectation value, suppose we found Q, okay, and suppose this will be equal to eigenvalue, but each time whenever we have to find out the expectation value, that may be plus of Q or minus of Q, plus Q plus delta Q or Q minus delta Q, means it will fluctuate. So that means there will be a small deviation. So let Q be an observable and psi is in any admissible state, then del Q is called the quantum mechanical standard deviation. Okay. So del Q is also called uncertainty. So here this is suppose the accurate value. This area are belongs to deviation or spreading. This area also. Okay. So del Q is also called as uncertainty, which is deviated from the actual value. So this del Q will be equal to, we'll say, eigenvalue minus expectation value. Eigenvalue means full accurate value, and this is the expectation value. That value will be just to fluctuate plus of Q or minus of delta Q, that is Q plus delta Q, Q minus delta Q, like that. Okay. So delta Q cap in operator form, if I am going to write this equation, then delta Q cap will be written as Q cap minus I cap Q expectation. Hence mean square deviation can be written as, though we are going to take the square and its mean value. So del Q square and its expectation value, that is nothing but called as the mean square deviation. So delta Q square expectation value will be equal to this much square expectation value. Let this is equation number 1. Next I am going to just solve that the previous equation, and its right hand side I am going to solve. So it is a plus b whole square format is there. Q cap minus this a minus b whole square. So it will be Q cap square minus 2 Q cap into expectation of Q plus Q cap expectation square, whole expectation. Okay. So this will be Q cap square expectation minus 2 Q cap expectation, because whole expectation means this will be Q cap expectation, then already expectation of q cap it is written, again its expectation will be the same value. So we are going to write this one, this that means I am going to say expectation of this one, again expectation will be the same value. Okay, so I am going to I just written that q cap expectation plus q cap expectation whole square. Okay, so here you can see that q cap square expectation minus this will be 2 q cap expectation whole square plus q cap expectation whole square. So this is 2 and this is 1, it will be minus q cap whole expectation square. Let this is equation number 2. Let suppose let psi q is an eigen function and q cap belongs to its q cap belong of q cap means suppose psi q is an eigen function of the observable q cap, belonging eigen value is q k. Okay, then expectation value of that observable will be psi q star q cap psi q dx will be equal to q cap. Okay, qk and its square will be equal to qk square because this is the eigen function. Okay, now if eigen function means this value will be qk because eigen value for the eigen function expectation value will be eigen value. So here we found qk cap, qk and q cap square will be qk square. Now q cap square expectation can be written in the form of q cap square psi q dx psi q star q cap square psi q dx, and this will be equal to qk square because here this can be written as psi q star q cap into q cap psi q dx. Q cap operated over psi q will be give psi q. This psi q will be moved towards the initial, then again q cap will be operated over psi q, again we are going to get psi q. So psi q into psi q will be equal to psi q, sorry, q cap into q cap qk square. Wait here this is psi q star q cap square psi q dx can be written as psi q star q cap psi q dx. Okay, will be written as psi q star, this will be nothing but how much, qk psi q dx because this is the eigen function. So this will be this qk can be go outside, this will be psi q star q cap psi q dx. Again whenever it will be operate over psi q, then we found that this will be qk cap psi k dx, or we can get qk square. Now from equation number 2 we can found that delta q square mean value will be equal to 0. That means what? That means that in a eigenstate the deviation of root mean square value, 2 times I written off, the deviation of root mean square value from the expectation value is 0. Okay, so this deviation will be equal to 0. See, I am going to say to that that here it is written that root mean square value from expectation value will be 0. That means root mean square value minus expectation value will be equal to 0. Means both are same. See, this is what? Q cap expectation square. That is Q cap expectation square will be QK square, or Q cap will be QK, right? This is the so called expectation value. Now this is what? QK square expectation will be what? That is mean square value. This is mean square value. This is mean square value. Square and its expectation. Square of the observable and its average. This is called as the mean square value. Mean square value is how much? QK square. Okay. If we have to consider its root over and its root over, this will be called as root mean square value will be equal to also Q cap. So mean value and root mean square value both are equal. So only for that this is written. Okay. But Q del Q is not 0. Del Q this del Q del Q, that is del Q square, or you can consider this one del Q cap in the operator form, or del Q equal to Q minus mean value of Q will be not equal to 0 if the psi, the wave function, is not a eigen function. So these things it is written that but del Q is not 0 for a state represented by a wave function other than the eigen function. Suppose a system or any state represented by any arbitrary function which is not a eigen function, then delta Q is not 0. Suppose you have to consider a psi which is represents a state. Suppose this one, this state is represented by psi 1, which is the eigen function. Suppose any arbitrary function we are going to be consider which is represents the state 1, that is suppose psi s. This is not eigen function. For this case eigen value and expectation value both are not equal. There will be some deviation. That deviation will be called as del Q. Okay. Now, so for any arbitrary state, wave function by arbitrary state or wave function, by using equation number 1, we can write del x cap square. Here I am considering the position. Okay, I am considering the position. So that can be written as psi star x cap. See, as it is del q cap square will be q cap square minus I q cap. Here I mistakenly written I q cap, I expectation of q whole square. Similarly we can write for the position. We can write del x cap square will be equal to psi star x cap minus I cap expectation of x whole square psi dx. Let this is equation number 3. Likewise for momentum, del p cap x square. This is belongs to deviation. Okay, this is deviation. This is also deviation from the accurate value. This is also deviation of the momentum from the accurate value. Can be represented by psi star px cap minus I cap expectation of px whole square psi dx. Let this is equation number 4. Let x cap minus I cap x expectation of x will be considered as alpha, and px minus I cap into expectation of Px consider as beta cap. Here alpha cap and beta cap are two Hermitian operator because alpha cap and beta cap are linear combination of two Hermitian operator, because we know that all the observables are Hermitian: position, momentum, kinetic energy, etc. And all the kinetic energy, potential energy, total energy operators are Hermitian operators. Here x cap is the position operator, px cap is the momentum operator. X cap, see, x cap minus I cap, here unitary operator, also Hermitian operator. So this alpha cap is a Hermitian operator. Likewise beta cap also linear combination of two Hermitian operator, that is px cap and I cap will be also a Hermitian operator. Beta cap also a Hermitian operator, and this expectation value will be a real value, because as we are considering the observables, so the expectation value of x and px will be the real. These are not the operators. Okay. So here the equation number 3 and 4 can be written as del x cap square will be equal to psi star alpha cap square psi dx. This is equation number 5. Del px cap square will be written as this. This is equation number 6. Now consider this one, equation number 5. Equation number 5 you have to consider. Then this will be del x cap whole square will be equal to psi star alpha cap psi 1 dx. Here alpha cap psi considered as psi 1. Okay. So alpha cap, this is alpha cap square, so we can write this psi dx. Suppose alpha cap psi is taken as psi 1, so hence we can write del x cap square will be equal to psi star alpha cap psi 1 dx. That implies del x cap square will be equal to can be written as, this equation can be written as alpha cap psi whole star psi 1 dx because alpha cap is a Hermitian operator. Okay, so this equation can be written as alpha cap psi whole star psi 1 dx because for the Hermitian operator, this is the important condition, that suppose psi star a cap psi dx, then if a cap is a Hermitian operator, then it can be written as a cap psi star will be equal to, this will be equal to psi dx. Like that, alpha cap is a Hermitian operator, hence this can be written in the form this one. Okay, that implies del x cap square will be equal to psi 1 star, because we have taken that alpha cap psi will be equal to psi 1. So here alpha cap psi can be written as psi 1 star, this is psi 1 into dx, this psi 1 star into psi 1 will be nothing but psi 1 mod square dx. This is equation number 7. Similarly, equation number 6, this is your equation number 6. The equation number 6 also can be written in the form of del p x cap square will be equal to psi star beta cap psi 2 dx. Here beta cap psi has been taken as psi 2. Okay, here I missed, I not written one step that you have to write for yourself. If you want, above this line you can write another step, that is here see this del px cap square will be equal to, can be written as psi star beta cap psi dx. This step I not written, this step I have been omitted. Okay, and beta cap psi has been taken as psi 2. So instead of beta cap psi, I directly written psi 2 dx. So here above this line you can write this this line if you want. Likewise, above this line you can write alpha cap psi star, psi star, this one psi star alpha cap psi dx also you can write. No need, because this is the simple steps. Now we found delta px cap square will be equal to integration over psi star beta cap psi 2 dx. Okay, as beta cap is Hermitian, this can be written as beta cap psi whole star psi 2 dx. Beta cap psi will be nothing but psi 2, so it will be psi 2 star psi 2 dx. This will be nothing but psi 2 mod square dx. Let this is equation number 8. Now if we have to consider the product of these two uncertainties or product of these two deviations, square deviations, so delta x cap square into delta px cap square will be equal to integration over psi 1 mod square dx into integration of psi 2 mod square dx, because these things we have been found in our equation number 7 and 8. Okay, according to Schwarz inequality, this inequality not in your course, so this is, or it can be said as according to Schwarz, the pronunciation is Schwarz theorem. Okay, I'll be do a separate video for this if possible, because this Schwarz inequality not inside your course. We have to just apply for our work, for our derivation. If possible, I'll be do a separate video for this Schwarz inequality. According to Schwarz inequality or Schwarz theorem, that is integration over mod of fx square dx into gx mod square dx integration is greater than equal to modulus over fx star gx dx whole square, modulus whole square, integration over see, integration of over modulus of f square dx integration over modulus of g x square dx will be greater than equal to modulus of integration of fx star gx dx square. Okay, modulus square. Okay, this is nothing but according to Schwarz theorem or Schwarz inequality. Here for any arbitrary complex function, here fx and gx, any arbitrary complex function you can consider, any arbitrary, and the equality holds good, this greater than equal to this equality, that means greater than equal to, or left hand side right hand side holds good if f is proportional to g, f is proportional to g. Okay, so here we have been considered that psi 1 and psi 2 we found by applying the position operator, uncertainty position operator, or here you can see that we have applied alpha cap over psi. Alpha cap means I applied indirectly position operator. I applied beta cap here. I applied beta cap over psi and I found psi 2. That means indirectly I applied momentum operator. So if and here we have been considered that both psi 1 and psi 2, both psi 1 and psi 2 will be an arbitrary, because initially we have been considered that psi is an arbitrary function. So if we have to apply alpha over psi and we found psi 1 and beta over psi and we found psi 2, obviously psi 1 and psi 2 also two arbitrary functions. And here also we can perceive one thing, that if position is going to be changed, its momentum has to be changed, because see, suppose this is first excited state and this is the second excited state. The position will be in the first excited state, the momentum will be with a constant velocity. You can just imagine that if the electron will be in this first state, the speed of this one, the speed of the electron will be this one. If this will be moved to the higher state, the speed will be some other things. That means if the electron changes its position, corresponding momentum also changed. So this inequality will be holds correct if F is proportional to G or G proportional to F. So now consider Fx equal to psi 1, Gx equal to psi 2, and we found that psi 1 and psi 2 are two arbitrary functions, that whatever I discussed now, and psi 1 and psi 2 both are proportional with each other. One is belongs to position and another is belongs to momentum. So if a position is going to be changed, its corresponding momentum is going to be also changed with that proportionate. So psi 1 and psi 2 both are proportional and arbitrary. Hence the equation number 10, this equation number 10 I am going to be put instead of Fx psi 1x, instead of Gx psi 2x. The equation number 10 will be psi 1, a function of x I not written over here, only psi 1 mod square dx, integration psi 2 mod square dx, integration is there, greater than equal to mod square is there, and the in between that integration of psi 1 star psi 2 dx. Okay, integration of psi 1 star psi 2 dx whole mod square. Let this is equation number 11. Okay, hence equation number 8 will be can be written as, sorry, equation number not 8, equation number 9. Equation number 9. This is equation number 9. Hence equation number 9. So equation number 9 means this one. This one can be written as del x cap square into del px cap square greater than equal to, see, its right hand side is this one, psi 1 mod square dx, integration psi 2 mod square dx, integration so this one, so this one is nothing but this one. So equation number 9 can be written as mod of psi 1 star psi 2 integration dx modulus mod square, whole mod square. So del x cap square into del px cap square will be greater than equal to psi 1 is nothing but alpha cap psi, so it will be written as alpha cap psi star, and psi 2 is nothing but beta cap psi dx mod square. So del x cap square into del px cap square greater than equal to integration over psi star alpha over here, because as alpha is Hermitian, it can be written like this, that alpha cap beta cap psi dx. Let this is equation number 12. This is equation number 12. Now here we have been considered that alpha cap beta cap, this value, this alpha cap beta cap, where this one, this can be written in this form, that half of alpha cap beta cap plus beta cap into alpha cap plus half into alpha cap into beta cap minus beta cap into alpha cap. So here minus and plus will be cancelled out and we are going to get alpha cap and beta cap. So here alpha cap beta cap can be written as in this way, and this much alpha 1 by 2 alpha cap beta cap plus beta cap alpha cap, suppose considered as f cap. Okay, then this is 1 by 2 alpha cap beta cap minus beta cap alpha cap is nothing but commutation of alpha cap beta cap. Okay, so here alpha cap beta cap will be equal to IH cross. How it will be? See, alpha is nothing but x cap I cap, x cap minus I cap expectation of x. Beta cap is what? Beta cap is nothing but see how it will be. IH cross I am going to be derive, you just watch. Alpha cap is how much? X cap minus I cap expectation of x and beta cap. Okay, expectation value of x is nothing but a real value, it is a value only. Okay, so this can be written in the form of this one, because we know that a cap plus b cap c cap expectation value is nothing but a cap c cap plus b cap c cap. Like that, this will be x cap beta cap expectation value minus this is the real value, can be taken outside, and expectation commutation of I cap beta cap. Here we are trying to find out the commutation of alpha cap beta cap. Okay, alpha cap is this one, beta cap is this one, so it can be written as x cap beta cap commutation minus x expectation into I cap beta cap commutation. So here I cap is only a unitary operator. So if we are going to take the commutation of this one, then we are going to find out the 0. Okay, hence this can be written as x cap beta cap is nothing but px cap minus I cap px of expectation. So p expectation of px will be a constant, it will be a constant. So this can be written as x cap px cap commutation minus x cap I cap px commutation, px expectation whole commutation. So px is a real value, can be taken outside, and it will be x cap I cap commutation. This will be equal to 0, and we are going to find out x cap px cap commutation. X cap px cap commutation will be nothing but IH cross. So here this much no need to write in the exam, you have to direct write. Here alpha cap beta cap will be equal to IH cross. Now equation number 12 means this equation will be written in the form as del x cap square into del px cap square will be greater than equal to integration of psi star f cap plus half alpha cap beta cap commutation into psi dx whole square. So here we found alpha cap beta cap commutation is nothing but IH cross. So this will be left hand side will be same as such I have been written, is greater than equal to integration of psi star f cap plus 1 by 2 IH cross psi dx modulo square. So this left side as such I have been written greater than equal to, see, this will be nothing but psi star f is there, f. Okay, so this is the psi star f. So see, this can be written as, see, integration of psi star f cap psi dx plus integration of psi star half IH cross psi dx whole modulo square. Okay, psi star. So this can be written as, see, psi star f cap psi dx integration plus psi star half IH cross psi dx whole modulo square. Okay, so this is nothing but f cap expectation and modulo square, that means square, plus this will be nothing but half IH cross can be taken outside. This is psi star, psi will be nothing but equal to 1, then it will be found out 1 by 4. Modulus is there, so h cross square only. Okay, so this step I not written in the note, I just omitted, and I have been written directly f cap expectation square plus this modulus square. Here LHS is very small. See, del x and del px. Del x is very small, del px is very small, and their square will be very small. Again its square is very small, and their product also very small. That means LHS represents very small quantity, and this is the expectation value of f cap, which is a positive quantity, right? It is a positive quantity, and this is belongs to alpha cap and beta cap. This is belongs to alpha cap and beta cap commutation. So this is a positive quantity, and its square will be also a positive quantity, and if we are going to consider this small value will be greater than and equal to right hand side, then this positive quantity will be equal to 0. This positive quantity will be taken as 0, so that hence equality sign SIGN. So equality sign means that greater than equal to holds good if and only if expectation value of f will be equal to 0. Hence equation number 13, this will be this, how much? Del x cap square into del px cap square greater than equal to, this will be equal to 1, psi star psi dx will be equal to 1, and modulo square means I is not going to be considered, so this will be h cross square by 4. Okay, it will be h cross square by 4, or del x cap into del px cap will be greater than equal to h cross by 2, or we can write if we are, this is the in operator form, or we can write also del x cap del px del x cap into del px cap greater than equal to h cross by 2, and or it can be written as del x into del px greater than equal to h cross by 2. Okay, this shows the Heisenberg uncertainty principle of position and momentum, and here del x will be called as uncertainty position or deviation from actual value of the position. Del px is called as uncertainty of momentum or deviation from actual value. Okay, so this is all about your derivation of uncertainty principle, Heisenberg uncertainty principle. I am going to be add somewhat for your somewhat extra understanding. See, here del x into del px, this is uncertainty, this is also uncertainty. Okay, will be greater than that of the h cross by 2, h cross by 2. Suppose this is uncertainty. Okay, if uncertainty is equal to 0, uncertainty will be 0, that means certainty will be equal to 100%, right? So suppose del x will be equal to 0, so this is the nucleus, around that electron is moving, and so like a electron cloud, somewhere electron will be there, so where it will be exactly we could not be defined. Only for that we are going to consider the deviation or uncertainty position means this much could not be detectable. This much is uncertainty. This much value could not be detectable. If we want to predict both position and momentum, then uncertainty of position and uncertainty of momentum, production of uncertainty of both position and momentum will be greater than equal to this much, this constant. So here I am going to say that suppose del x equal to 0, that means uncertainty is 0. Uncertainty 0 means you particularly say, you can say that this is, here the electron will be there, this is the nucleus, here the electron is present, this is the certainty 100%, okay, uncertainty 0. Uncertainty if 0, then by considering this equation, del px will be greater than equal to how much? Constant by 0, that means infinite. That means uncertainty of the momentum will be infinite. That means certainty of px momentum will be 0. Okay, try to once again repeatedly understand. Del x equal to 0 means uncertainty will be 0. That means we can define that electron will be here. Then if we are going to consider this equation, then del px will be equal to infinite. Del px infinite means uncertainty infinite. Uncertainty value is infinite means certainty is how much? 0. That means, so here we concluded that if one value we have to define certainty with certainty 100% certainty, then another value could not be predictable. Okay, likewise if del px will be equal to 0, then del x will be infinity. That is, del px will be 0, that means certainty with 100% accuracy we can say the momentum of the electron. If we can say with 100% accuracy of the momentum of the quantum particle, suppose electron, then its uncertainty of a position will be infinite. That means certainty of a position will be equal to 0. So this is all about your position and momentum uncertainty principle. Go through this video. If any doubt you are going to be faced, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video.